Hey guys, just a quick one just before we get into today's episode 55, our Rangers series. I'm using my Twitch screen, so apologies for all the sort of moving stuff. You are in the right place, but I just wanted to let you know that this is going to be the last episode of this series. It's not one that I planned when I recorded it, so I've had to add this in, added on. When I recorded the episode, I was planning on going a bit further, but I feel, having gone through the window, that it's just going to be repetitive now. It's going to be me, just selling players, trying to get to that £1 billion transfer budget that we said. I think we got to 400 million. That, is fairly respectable, I think. Some people have said to me since that they don't feel that £1 billion is achievable, even in the top leagues. So I just thought I would come in. We're ending this series, there will be a new one. I'm going to take a week off or so, decide what we're doing, start recording it and whatnot. There will be a link to the Discord down below as well. If you are interested in joining that, please fire over. We've got the Discord up and running now, and obviously there'll be a link to the Twitch as well. You're now seeing the Twitch background and whatnot, where we're currently doing various games, but at the moment it's predominantly Football Manager related, not Football Manager, predominantly EU4 related. We're trying to do a world conquest with the Ottomans again, but we've done a few achievement runs and whatnot. But go and enjoy today's episode. It's a review of the previous season. Thanks for popping in. We'll be back very, very shortly with a brand new series. And if anyone isn't subscribed that's watching and enjoying the content, please do subscribe. Something like 80% of people that are following the channel or watching the content on the channel are not subscribed, so it'd be a big help if we could even get just a few of those to subscribe going forward. But thanks very much for watching. Go and enjoy the episode, and I'll catch you all later. Hello my friends, and welcome to episode 55 of our Football Manager 2021 Let's Play with Rangers. Now I'm recording this directly after last episode's disappointment, so I might sound a bit more deflated than normal. I know I've sounded very deflated this week. My mood has been fairly low for a number of reasons, but hey, I hope you guys understand that. I am still trying to obviously make content, get it out there. It's one of the things that does help me, and you guys responding to us as well. So finances, where I'm going to start. Next season's transfer budget. Now this is adjusted wage budget. I've brought the wage budget back down to 923,000. They keep offering me ridiculous amounts. I know the club cannot sustain that from past experience in Football Manager, even with the 64,000 stadium at Ibrox. So the transfer budget with that is £400,700,000 to spend. We're obviously not going to do that. The board seem to be getting very annoyed at me that I refuse to spend our transfer budget, but I'm not going out there and spending 400 million. I don't need to spend 400 million. We've got 361 million in the bank, which means that we're 40% of our way to that £1 billion target. Now, some people have told me that that is not achievable. I don't know whether it is or not. I've seen screenshots of previous FMs where teams do get it, so I believe it is, but we'll find out. Obviously, we still need to wheel and deal to get our way there, because the money that comes in from Scottish football is pretty laughable, but we're in a great shape. Club Vision, they're devastated that we didn't sign high profile players. Don't care. They're delighted at everything else, apart from not spending the original transfer budget. Are you crazy bored? As you can see, there's the adjustment. Now I could reduce this, but it would actually put us over our wage budget on our current expenditure, which I'm obviously not willing to do. They're pleased at everything else, and we've passed everything here. Be competitive in the Champions League. I'm surprised they're not delighted. What they say is they're delighted there. So hey ho, they're satisfied with the young players for profit. So let's have a look at the league table. Now this is Falkirk have managed to stay up, so that's interesting. Fitzy Park did finish top goal scorer. He was also assigned to be prolific. Didn't think he was as prolific as what he actually turned out to be. I remember him missing some big chances. Danielik with 20 clean sheets. Given that we started the season so poor defensively, it was only once a tactical adjustment came in that he really started to rack up the clean sheets. Again, that really shows a big promise. 8 draws is a bit disappointing league-wise, unfortunately, but that's as much as we can do. We did get an average attendance of 62,000. Love Romero with the most man of the matches. A bit down on his assists, obviously down on his goals. Not played as much this season as he had in the past, but still highest average rating. As you see, down 9 appearances on last season, 5 goals less, and a large number of assists less, to be fair, but only 3 player of the matches less, so fairly interesting. But that's why I've been trying to push the other 2 young attacking midfielders to kind of see where we're going. Fitty Park, as I mentioned. Goal scorer wise, who was our second up goal scorer? Tony Weston with 15. Average minutes per goal at just over 90 for Fitty Park. Tony Weston, a decent one, 210 minutes. Now his was 118 minutes for Lovro Mayer, so he is averaging about the same average minutes per goal as last season. Kane Richie Holster getting himself 10 as well. So all this is fairly positive stuff. Now, team-wise, I'm not going to go on who I'm going to sell and not sell. It's going to be a reactive window. Simple as that. There's no players that stand out to me to bring in. There's no players that stand out to me to get out. David Ramsey has requested his contract up at the end of next season. Did offer him a renewal and he instantly declined it because I refused to give him wage rise. I don't have wage rises in any of my players, so I don't know why he's kicking off about that. Players coming through that I want to keep an eye on is this Stuart Warren. Now, he doesn't look like much just now, but he is only 17. His progress has been fairly decent, as you can see in the reserves, and he is wanted by Chelsea. Now again, his contract is up at the end of next season. I've offered him a new contract. He was a £3.5 million deal from Aston Villa. I think he's probably ready to move up, which would allow me to sell either Bradaric or Eric Vincent. I don't know if there's any interest in him. There is a fair bit of interest in him actually. So if there's bids for Eric Vincent, I'd certainly be open to taking them. And we can probably triple, if not triple our money on him. Again, he was a £4 million signing, just selling at base. Everyone else fairly content with. Lovro Mayer, probably about the right time to sell him, to be honest. He's worth 18 million at 27. We might get another 2 years out of him. So we'll get more out of him than that, but you know, it's whether we want to keep him or not. So again, it will depend on bids, but he loves it here. He originally wanted Stepping Stone, but now loves the club, loves me. He wants to be around. Well, hey ho, under 18s, is there anyone really coming through that could be promoted? So a lot of these guys are already in reserves, that's the problem. So I'll need to assess all this off screen. We obviously won the Scottish Cup and the Betfred Cup, so if we can find competitions. This is a lot of competition situation. Top goal scorer in the Scottish Cup was Tony Weston. Batista Mayer in the Betfred Cup, which is interesting, but I suppose the goals were more spread out around the team rather than the striker at that point. The change in tactic definitely made a big difference, and the Betfred Cup was mostly done when we done that. Club World Championship starts in 15 days. Does that play during thing? Stages. Let's go back to last season. So you've got, what round's this? Preliminary line. You've got groups. Okay. Interesting. So you've got 1, 2, 3. Got a large number of European teams now, so I'm surprised. So we've obviously had to get into it through the Champions League. They're getting into it through maybe the top tier leagues or whatever. I'm not sure. But hey ho, I don't really understand that. In terms of Europe and coefficient, let's have a look-see, because I don't know really where we're at here. Qualification places, we are currently 8th, as you see, 1 automatic group stage place, which we've got. Celtic with the league path. We do have 1 automatic Europa League spot, which will benefit us and benefit whoever came 3rd in the league. That is Aberdeen. So well done to Aberdeen, you've got a Europa League place. We need to go back to Europe and qualification places, back to Scotland. Automatic playoff place for Hearts, I think it was, and qualification 2 for whoever was 5th, which I think was St Mirren or Hibs. But it has to be one of those 2 teams because that's who was there. Let's have a look at Nation Club coefficient. So we're at 143. We're having better years, and we're consistently, the last 2 years been better than Portugal, which is good. We're going to lose this year pretty soon, which was our first season. That was the year we went out in the Europa League playoffs, so we weren't able to really fight for any coefficient points. But since then, 2 points behind here, a point behind here, beating them by a good 2 points there, beating them by a good 2 points there. Get rid of this year. How do we compare to the Netherlands? So 9 to 9.7, 9 to 9.7 to 3.8. So there's a big one. That's a 6 points flip. 6 to 10. So that's again a 4-point flip. So that's your 10 points. 9.6 to 11. So that's been a good season from them. This has been a very good season from them. This 18.5. You know, you don't see 18.5s particularly often from teams out with the top 5. So that was an exceptionally good season. So even our 11.3 puts us 4 points behind there. But then we've beat them by 5 points this time around. So hopefully, you know, we can actually start to press on. If Celtic continue their development, Aberdeen invest wisely with their Europa League money, and, you know, I think as it Hearts and St Mirren do well in the Europa League too. Not so confident about St Mirren, but they are improving. I think they took a few points off us this season. I think they were a bit of a team issue-wise in the league, if I'm remembering right. Were they? Were they not? Nope. Past meetings. Nope. That was Spurs. St Mirren. Past meetings. I feel like this year. Yes, we had the draw here. The 2-1 here in the Betfred Cup. And a draw here. So yeah, they took 2 draws off us. 2 of those 8 draws this season were against St Mirren. We had a 4-0 and a 2-1 as well. In fact, that 2-1 was a 90th minute penalty, so they could have had 3 draws there before we demolished them 4-0 in the Champions group phase. Here, when the league was already won. No, that was a 1-0. So, what am I looking at? Past meetings. No. So, yeah, draw here. 90th minute penalty in the Betfred Cup quarter final. A 0-0 here. Then we demolished them, and then a late 1-0 win in the Champions group. So actually, they had 4 fairly decent results against us out of 5. So they are improving. 7th, 8th, and then up a bit again. So hopefully teams can do well in Europe and continue to do well in Europe, which would be great for us. Anyway, guys, I'm going to end this episode right here. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, smash the like button, smash subscribe, and I'll hopefully catch you all next time.